At this point, I'm willing to say Paige Pierce and Katrina Allen, it's not even a storyline when they are gone, when they play bad.
They're washed.
At this point in the season. Is that an overreaction? Probably. That's fine.
It feels
That's what I'm here for.
right now. It feels a lot like whenever it seemed like Paige was the only one playing.
Have you looked at Connor? Have you looked at the score? Have you looked at the scorecard?
I just looked at.
Don't look
the
at
order.
it. Don't look at it. Don't look at it.
Don't look at it. Okay.
Have you looked at like the scores?
No.
Okay,
I just saw the order of.
I want you to play a guessing game. How much did Kristin beat Paige Pierce by?
Well, I'm gonna guess you wouldn't be asking me this if it wasn't a considerable amount. I know she won by 7.
Okay.
I'm gonna say 20 strokes.
31. I would ask you about her over Katrina Allen, but Katrina Allen didn't make the cut, so she didn't play the final round.
That is shocking. That
doesn't even seem.
Katrina Allen missed the cut at this event.
That is crazy.
Yeah, and Paige Pierce was very close to missing the cut.
That's almost 8 strokes around.
The thing is that it'd be more like it's almost not surprising from Paige because it feels like it's been like this for a little bit. You know, like she's been. I don't know.
I don't know what's going on.
It's just so curious because, like,
I don't know
it's
what's going on
one thing. Like in the MPO, like with Paul, for example, you can mostly point to just the field getting better rather than a decline in Paul's game. And clearly he's still able to win at the. Yeah. Anyways, you could point that way for a lot of players that have maybe underperformed in the MPO division. Say, well, look at the field, but Paige, the field has gotten stronger, but not dramatically, and she just is playing awful. Like it's just like her scores are ridiculous.
I can already hear.
Wait, we don't do ratings in the show, but
I will look them up.
Yeah, we have to know.
I can already hear the comments, and yes, I in this chair understand that Paige Pierce has won 2 majors this year, and 2 Pro Tour events, not Silver Series, Pro Tour events. I understand she has a 4-win season, but when you're Paige Pierce and there's someone in the field that has not finished outside the top 3, and you have things such as 21st at a major, U.S. Women's, on your resume, you have a 10th place finish at Idlewild on your resume, you have a 5th place finish at World Championship, a 5th place finish at Des Moines, and now an 18th place finish at GMC, the first playoff event, you're having a bad season as Paige Pierce.
I'll tell you what, she's having a roller coaster of a season, man.
Yeah, well, she's getting progressively worse as the season goes on. Like her average finish is heading downhill.
It is.
As Kristin rises to the top. As Kristin rises from the ashes, Paige falls into them slightly.
Yes.
Katrina Allen, I haven't even looked at Kat's season this year. I feel like
it's been bad, man.
Man. I'm
trying to look through Paige's Instagram to see if there's anything saying like, you know, she's been struggling with something or like there's some other distractions in her life.
No, she doesn't do that anymore. She's all positive. It's hurting her. She needs
that
to start.
Is true.
Is that something she came out and said like
that could
she's going to be all positive?
She has been very, very positive this season.
She's kind of
there's some good things to positive thinking, but killers aren't always positive.
Amen.
Put that on a T-shirt.
Killers aren't always positive.
Katrina Allen.
Killers are rarely positive.
Yeah. Katrina Allen has 2 wins. She has. I don't count Silver Series. Katrina Allen has Las Vegas and Idlewild. She has 2 wins. Mm-hmm. But then she has an 11th place at Worlds, an 11th place at Des Moines. This is the stretch she's been on since her win at Idlewild. She went 4th at a major, 6th at Deglow, 7th at Ledgestone, 11th at Des Moines, 11th at Worlds, and now missing the cut in 24th at GMC.
Puzzling. It's puzzling. I don't know what's going on. I just don't I don't understand how it would be one thing if they're just taking a bunch of 4th, 5th, 6th places. But they're getting crushed some of these events.
It's like when Kristin plays bad, she finishes in 3rd.
Yeah.
When Kat plays bad this weekend, she misses the cut and 30 straight. I wish. How far did Kat? So she shot par the final round. Okay, so through 3 rounds, Kristin beat Kat by 30 strokes because Kristin shot 4 under. Okay. She still beat her by 26 strokes through 3 rounds.
That's nuts.
So that's 9 strokes a round almost. So she was beating Paige by about 8 a round and beating Kat by about 9 a round. It doesn't make sense.
It's we've seen it happening on multiple different styles of course too. There's just nothing to peg it to. You can't just say oh, this is where they're struggling. It's just a bunch of events now. It's just
they get to a bad start. Like round 1, Henna shot the hot at 58, Kristin shot the second hot at 59, and then Paige shot a 68, and Kat shot a 67.
They're just out of it.
And it's like they're immediately mentally checked out. They're done. They're out of it. Because like Paige's best round this weekend was a 66. And Kristin's best round this weekend was a 57.
Tough, man. Listen, they're not old enough to be fading like that. When you're like, especially when you're Paige, like if you want to keep that GOAT status, you're not.
She has to get the GOAT.
So I will say. So
I mean, if you would ask me like at the beginning of the season, I would say
here's what
Paige
I
is
think.
the GOAT.
I think that
man,
I would put Paige Pierce close to like the MJ of FPO currently, and I'd put Kristin as the LeBron James. Where Kristen's probably the most talented disc golfer to ever play in FPO, but she's not the greatest of all time yet.
You know, the funny thing is when I watch Paige play, if you showed me Paige and Kristin both playing and they're good shots, I would say that Paige is a more athletic and gifted disc golfer.
Her throw is very
She's
athletic.
Not gifted. Hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work hard.
You just said talented.
Well, I think Kristin Tatar is the best player to ever be in FPO. Her putt is the biggest thing.
It's hard.
Her putt is filthy.
Paige
she has a great forehand.
Paige's putt was so automatic back in the day.
Kristin throws forehands all over.
The forehand. I mean, the forehand is huge. I just like when I see Paige, like she still looks more athletic and more talented. And when
I disagree. I think Kristin looks a lot more athletic throwing the disc, just playing.
Well, I mean, this is completely subjective.
Paige might look a little more explosive, but her movements don't look as athletic.
Yeah, that seems
especially.
Like it.
One thing that does it for me is the.
Okay, well that's just a hitch in her putt.
It's not a hitch. It's a routine that you choose to.
It has nothing to do with anything.
It's not going in.
It used to though. That's what I'm saying. Like Paige used to be dominant. It's hard for me.
Used to. You know.
We're talking about in the grand scheme of history, not this season. So I'm allowed to say used to.
Welcome to Kristin's age.
The problem with Kristin is she's already 30.
But what's the peak in disc golf?
What do you mean?
She might have just entered her prime.
True.
Well, yeah. I mean, no, I don't doubt that she's certainly not old. But I'm just saying, like her career longevity is going to be a lot shorter than if she was doing this as a.
Paul just won Worlds and he turned 45 this year.
Yep.
Tom Brady's still playing football and he's 45.
Ken Climo won Worlds at 62.
We don't. Yeah. No, and here the thing is, we don't know like disc golf longevity super well.
No, that's what I'm saying.
It's more so the FPO field. So the disc golf field, especially post COVID boom within disc golf, is going to like every single year is going to get so much more saturated than the year before.
Yes.
So the problem is not how long can Kristin play well. It's like, is she already at her ceiling or is she close? And then 10 years from now, she might be able to play just as effectively as she can right now. However, the field is going to. It's like
there's
almost like
there's room in FPO for a player to come in and just destroy, because if someone comes in with like Haley King power but Kristin accuracy, then like it's I think
Kristin
the field strength is going to just
maybe that's just I think
it's like compound interest. The way the field strength is just going to go up. Like it, I think each year it's going to just get so much more difficult.
I would say MPO field strength wise is about 4 to 5 years ahead of FPO.
Oh, at least. But I would say 10, because I would say 10 years from now, like 10 years from now, when all of the people that are getting, the young people right now that are getting into this game, like it's just going to look. And now that there's money, we're seeing college scholarships be handed out. Like everything that's happening is so unprecedented right now as far as
signings.
Signings. That like the field is just going to get so strong. Like it is going to be insane. So like that's when I talk about longevity, is like if Kristin could have been at her level, 10 years ago,
no one would have touched her.
Yeah, like there's a whole different story. She might already have 4 world titles, but it just is what it is. But I think Kristin has every opportunity to win like the next 4 world titles. She could absolutely go on a streak like that.
Let me throw this out here real quick.
Let me catch it.
Did you probably already saw it. Did you see her Worlds recap post, Paige?
No.
She did like
I probably did. I just scrolled past it.
She did like here's a long overdue Worlds recap. It's pretty solid written post. I mean, it's not like there's not a single excuse in there. It really is
I respect that.
Yeah, I mean, it's actually a super respectable post about how like I'm proud of myself for getting out there early, practicing as hard as I could. I'm sad that I couldn't pull together a solid round or make a single outside 45-foot putt, like things like that. But it's a really well written post. I mean, she sounds solid. I just wish that she would play well.
That's she does too. She's been keeping a good attitude.
Like that was a good post. Because
Paige is a great.
She's a good ambassador and player for the sport.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. The thing about Paige too is because she keeps her head on straight, or at least is appearing to, like keeping her spirits up, she can dig herself out of that hole. But the problem is, like, it's just tough when like she has that very like upbeat persona that would like lead you to believe that the mental game wouldn't be her struggle. But then like clearly we've seen this happen with Paige multiple times in her career where she slumps like this. So like, and it's gotta be mostly her mental game, because like you don't lose 30 strokes off your game just because you're just not playing too well.
Well, because
like,
that's the thing, is that it's easy for some other players to like be able to tell, like, okay, obviously if they would have been good at, like, if they were a good putter, they'd be up there, like Evelina, like stuff like that.
Paige is missing everything.
But Paige, like, she's just not hitting fairways. Is that her main collapse right now?
She can't. She's not really putting really well either. But I mean, she just throws a lot of errant shots.
Yeah, but
I'm gonna average this rating real quick.
Oh gosh,
I do have respect. I do have respect for a post though that shows, like, you know, like I put in the work. I was sad to see it not come out, but I'm proud for putting out the work. And then she talked about how, like, I mean, it made me feel better that knowing that I would have had to play out of my mind to beat Kristin. That I would, like, I might not, like, so.
I'll say this: feel like that's a loser mentality.
Saying like I would.
Yeah, maybe.
Well, I also feel like who. Like if you get to the Super Bowl and you make the post,
she said,
man, I'm like Aaron Gossage. If he makes a post, I'm proud of myself for getting to the playoff. Yeah, but like, I feel like at Paige's level, it's expected to do the work.
So she said in part of her post, because Kristin played so well, it made my average play feel easier to accept. I would have had to shoot.
See, like, I don't like that.
I would have had to shoot 22 down.
That's a loser mentality.
To even make one stroke up.
Yeah, I don't like that.
That's kind of like, it's kind of like, oh, well, I would have had to play perfect anyway, so it doesn't, like, it's whatever that I didn't.
Where, like, I mean, I feel like a few years ago, Paige, like, she was expecting.
And here's the difference. If you're breathing down Kristin's neck the whole tournament, she's not playing that well.
Yeah.
Like, more than likely.
Yeah. Kristin was basically playing a casual round
if you're not,
there.
Kristin didn't have any pressure because nobody was applying it, therefore, of course she played that well.
Well, she had, like, Henna and others applying it, but it's not the same.
It's not the same.
Because, like, I feel like Kristin a lot of times right now can play, like, wait for them to mess up golf.
Exactly.
If you have Paige or Kat chasing you, you don't feel, just because of the aura surrounding Paige, if she's on that chase,
Kristin is
you don't feel that you can play, wait for her to mess up golf.
She's able to just manage the course right now and just throw shots within her game, and she never has to do anything out of her comfort zone, and that's awesome. And that's just how it is right now.
Yeah, Paige
you're
Pierce.
right. You're right. She's just, when she gets like somebody like Henna up near her, like what were they, tied going into the last round, or they were tied. Yeah. She knows, I just play my game and Henna will collapse, and there it is. It happens.
It happened.
Like,
she won by 7 strokes.
Like,
and they were tied going in the last round.
When the person chasing you has 3-putt from within 5 feet of the basket recently, what are you worried about? Like, they're gonna mess up.
Paige Pierce averaged 946 rated golf there. Katrina Allen,
I might have been able to beat her. Maybe.
you could have. Katrina Allen, we'll do that real quick. Not a ratings heavy podcast. Don't get the wrong take here. Not even. I think this is the first time I've talked about ratings in a long time.
But sometimes
Cat averaged 935.
Oh man,
brutal. I mean, 2 years ago we were talking about Paige possibly reaching 1,000 rated.
Kristin was over 1,000 rated.